very powerful, and also that habit building we feel like is a missing tool in the coaching toolbox. So hopefully all of you feel like you now have a very powerful tool at your disposal as you work with clients. And yeah, I mean, we're very excited to see where you take it. So the graduation today, we will have our guest keynote speaker, who I will introduce in just a second, and then Coach Kendra will come on and honor each of today's graduates. And then at the end of that, we'll use the networking feature here in Hopin, where we can have one-on-one chats with each other, kind of rotating amongst each other. So that is the plan for today. And that's what I wanted to lead with. And now that I've done that, let me tell you about our guest commencement speaker. Shonté Jovan Taylor is a neuroscientist, success trainer, author, and founder of the Optimind Institute. I'll send you a link to that after this is done. Shonté, could I have you come to the screen while I read more of your bio? She's been igniting minds and hearts around the world through coaching, training, and speaking. The mind and the brain are keys to our fulfillment, creativity, productivity, focus, happiness, success, and humanity. And the ability to get out of our comfort zones to pursue new adventures, professions, and entrepreneurial heights is 90% brain management. And the rest is learning new skills, taking action, being held accountable. Shonté has shared the stage with success expert Jack Canfield, transformed minds at TEDx, and is a part of the Forbes Coaching Council. Her 007 mission: to guide ambitious people to harness their brain power to reach their full potential in life, profession, and business. Shonté, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Tony and Kendra. You are wonderful what you're doing in the world, and I'm just glad to be a part of your mission.
Thank you. Well, I'll leave the stage to you then.
Yes, absolutely. So as Tony said, I am Shonté Jovan Taylor, neuroscientist and success strategist, founder of the Optimind Institute. And before I get started on my spiel today, I just want to give a wholehearted congratulations, graduates, on your journey. What a milestone for you. I mean, if you look back when you were 20 years old and was able to look forward, would you think you would be here right now, be in this place of service, be trained to be able to think on a different level, on a higher level, in order to serve people and get them to their next level? A lot of us don't have that type of goal, right, when we're younger. And that's part of a little bit of the bad news I have for you as a neuroscientist, people. You have no idea the depths of your human potential. You have no idea the depths of your brain potential in order to go to the highest level of yourselves and to help others to do the same. And the reason I say you have no idea is because that's immeasurable. It's immeasurable how far we can go in this life, how much we can expand, how much we can serve. And it's kind of arrogant to think that we can measure our potential, right? So I just want to congratulate you on getting to the next part of your journey, of this human experience, of your mission, so that you can serve at this higher level. And so what I want to do today is just share a few tips with you, if you will, inspirational tips to move you as you continue your journey in service as a habit coach. So I always tell my graduates and students and clients, every next level of you will require another level of your brain power. Every next level of you will require another level of your brain power. You can quote that. So I always give out my golden brain so people could be reminded about how powerful their brains are. And we know that habits take place in the brain, right? Guided by our higher mind. So the first thing I want you to know as newly certified habit coaches is that I don't want you to underestimate the power that you have to make a difference. Mother Teresa said, I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create ripples. So every time you put yourself out there, every time you say something on social media, you get that new client, you are helping to change the world. You are creating ripples in the universe. You are changing lives, because every time you help someone to overcome one of their obstacles, they in turn will show up more differently and powerful and affect change in their own lives and influence people in a positive way. So becoming a graduate, no matter where you are in the spectrum of coaching, some of you are just starting out, some of you needed more skill sets. You are creating ripples just being here, right? In this part of your journey. So never underestimate the power and effect you have on the world. You are changing the world. Okay. The next thing I want you to know is about when you are working with clients, help them to identify. You probably already know this, right? I want you to play chess, not checkers. Okay. If you understand both games, chess is a strategic game, right? But checkers is also strategic, but it's not as strategic as chess, right? Chess, you can win in just a couple of moves, right? So I'm bringing that up to allow you to see the difference between taking on or helping people to change 1,000 habits versus the habits that will fuel the rest of their journey or create the ripples in their life for other things to be enhanced, right? So you probably know about keystone habits, right? So the brain loves habits, okay? Most of our existence and behaviors and thoughts are unconscious habits, and that's wonderful. But the more our clients understand the most important habits to focus on, the less energy they have to use in order to form the habits that are needed to enhance other parts of their lives. So keystone habits create the ripple effects in other people's lives. So be more strategic in how you serve your clients, helping them to really hone in on those important habits, those keystone habits that will affect change, like sleep, right? If you get down your habit of sleep, it works wonders for your productivity, your focus, your mood, right? And your creativity throughout the day. So you just doing one key habit helps in other ways, right? Helps people to reach their goals. The next thing I want you to think about as you move forward in your coaching journey is help your clients to go beyond habit. What am I talking about? I mean, after all, you are habit coaches, right? So you're going to meet people where they are, right? They sign up to the Coach Me platform, right? They're coming to you because they want to change one habit. Maybe it's eating better, exercising, being able to communicate better with their spouse, whatever it is, they're coming to you at the level that they are at. But that doesn't mean they have to stay there. Okay. And the reason why I want you to go beyond the habit is because we want to inspire them to go higher. We want them to expand themselves. So the habit is one place, but there's different levels of them. So they may start with that habit, but let's help them to go beyond the habit so that they can keep up the work. Because just taking on or trying to take on thousands and thousands of habits, it's not sustainable. So they have to be able to become visionaries of their own lives in order to get past those moments in their habit transformational journey, because the brain takes a lot of energy to form those habits. So we want to inspire them to have a bigger vision of themselves, so that when they are picking up new habits or going through the process of taking on new habits during the work, getting up to exercise, feeling the pain, feeling the burn, eating right. I mean, there is a lot of opportunities for the brain to say, I'm out. I resist. It's taking too much energy. I'm in my threat brain. It is hurting. We don't like pain. So that's why we have to have something else, a bigger goal. Like, what is this exercise going to do to my overall health? How is it going to transform my relationships? How is it going to help me to improve my own self-worth, self-value, right? So those are the type of words that people can start looking and aspiring to be something even greater with the habit. I hope that makes sense. And the next thing I want you to know as you're moving through this journey, continuing on in this coaching journey, is to think of yourself as an expert. Become an expert habit coach. Why am I saying that? Normally you think of experts as people who are maybe surgeons or been in the field for decades, and maybe they have 1,000 degrees. But in neuroscience, we think of expertise as how efficiently and effectively you can access your skill sets, your creativity, your thoughts, so that you can get to your goals or solution. Okay. So we know from neuroscience, the brains of experts look different than people who are beginners or just kind of moonlighting. So I really want you to take this journey as a coach seriously, because when you think of yourself as an expert, when you keep doing the work and building up your skill sets and taking on the clients and practicing, your brain is becoming an expert. And when your brain becomes an expert, your brain energy becomes more efficiently. The way you use your brain becomes more effective. The way you access your genius goes up. Your intuition goes up. So that's why I want to encourage you to think of yourself as an expert from this day forward. Even if you don't believe it yet, put it in your mind. I'm planting the seed now, and I need you to make it grow by saying, I'm becoming an expert in who I am, who I serve, and how I do it. Because if we don't become experts in ourselves, in our own journey, then what's the point? Right? We'll just be average in our own lives, in our own personal lives. And I also want you to share this with your clients. Encourage your clients to become experts in their own lives. Encourage your clients to become experts in what makes them happy, what lifts them up, what inspires them, what habits they need to take on. What are the habits that will move them forward in life, that will make them better parents, better spouses, better significant others, better teachers, better leaders. You can't go wrong when thinking of yourself as an expert in yourself first, and then in the area you want to show up the most powerfully in. Okay. And the last process I want you to think about as you move along in your coaching journey is to be mission driven. It's not enough to have a goal or a task. You need those, but they will only take you so far. They will only take your brain so far. There's limitations, because once you finish the goal or task, what else is your brain going to go after? It's like we can make the goal to go to the moon, but there's a whole universe out there, people. And not just that, missions are more powerful than goals and tasks. Okay, even though goals and tasks are included in a mission, they're more they're not as high up on the hierarchy scale in our minds as important, because a mission, just think of Mission Impossible, right? Mission to Mars, right? You're aiming big. It kind of scares you a bit, right? And there's always stuff to do to get there. So you're setting all these goals and tasks to get there, and you may or may not get there. Maybe you get close to there, but at least you have something that really carries you through. Missions are inspiring. Missions create ripples. Missions will challenge you, and missions will capitalize off your genius, your intuition. You will bring all of that with you. And the mission includes not just you. That's the beautiful thing about missions as well. When you don't feel like getting up in the morning, when you don't feel like talking to that client, when you don't have energy, you go back to that mission statement. And that mission statement is that promise to yourself, to the world, because a mission includes the world. And I also want you to have your clients to create their own personal mission statement. What values are important to them? What do they truly want in this life? So then when they get that resistance for those habits, because the brain is going to resist taking on energy or using up energy to take on habits, they can look to that mission and say, look, I can't let this stop me, because I need to get to this higher level. I'm here to make sure that I'm in the best health possible so that I can see my kids graduate, or see them get married or something like that, right? So take them through their value systems, take them to their bigger why as you are helping them to create those habits. So my mission for the Optimind Institute is to empower 100 million minds to understand the brain as the greatest technology and use it to their highest levels of potential, and help those they serve to do the same and get the highest level of transformation. I don't know if I'll ever get to 100 million minds, but I get up every day showing up to serve and to reach as many people as possible so that I can make a difference in the world. And I know that you can too. So once again, I want to say congratulations, graduates. You got this. You came this far, and your journey will continue. And I will be here watching you as much as I can. And I know Kendra and Tony have your back as well. So think about your mission, share it with each other, and make this world a better place. Thank you.
That's great. I mean, we're like, meet our clients where they are, level them up, help them level up again. Think of ourselves as we've just leveled up today, but we can level up again and again and again. And I know for all the graduates today, I think you should know, even your instructors, Kendra and I think all the time, we're like, what is the next level for us, for the business, for the impact that we can make on the world? And, you know, Shonté, I think we have very aligned missions of, you know, impact in the world. And I really appreciate you taking the time today to I'm going to say, inspire us. So thank you very much. And at this point, we're going to transition over to honoring the graduates. So you can turn off your camera and mic, Shonté, and I'm going to invite Coach Kendra to the stage.
Okay, thank you very much. Take care, everyone. Have a great graduation.
Kendra, well, I mean, as I've already said, and you know, you are one of our most prolific coaches ever, while at the same time maintaining one of the, you know, highest standards we've ever seen in habit coaching. And so is definitely partly each of these graduations is my honor that you were interested and motivated and inspired to share what you've learned as a coach with other people and create this habit coach certification, this training, and to run it. And, you know, every few months, graduate a new batch of habit coach certification, habit coaches. And so I turn it over to you, and thank you. Thank you and congratulations to all the graduates. This next part is very cool.
Thank you, Tony. It's a delight, and these are my favorite days And thanks so much to Shonté. She's a dear friend, but I don't get to hear her speak very often. So it's always a treat. I love her energy, her enthusiasm, and her mission-driven focus is a lot of fun. So now to the best part. I am delighted to introduce our 5th cohort of the Coach.me Habit Coach Certification Program. These coaches have studied and practiced and can guide their clients through harnessing momentum to make positive changes. I'm particularly proud of how cohesive this group is. Their teamwork and collective learning has been beautiful and inspiring to watch. Okay, without further ado, let's recognize these outstanding graduates. Catherine Cashmere helps people find happiness, joy, and contentment through the daily practice of gratitude. Jerry Gresham helps overwhelmed moms reclaim their me time after the COVID year with the keystone habit of devoting 2 minutes to themselves each day. Jennifer Keene helps people find their sparkle so that they can create healthy habits, maintain their desired weight, and be proud of themselves, starting with the keystone habit of a daily photo food journal. Michael Korzonik helps screen-tired creators to get back in touch with stillness and creativity with the keystone habit of journaling 1 sentence on paper. Ali Sadi helps people learn to engage their dreams and goals, to shift gears and move forward in life through the use of mindset statements with the keystone habit of morning declarations. John Rockado Malala helps people take control of their emotions and cultivate their grit so that they can achieve greatness, starting with the keystone habit of 1 breath meditation. Brian Scory helps frustrated dieters lose weight on a plant-based diet with the keystone habit of reading 1 mini lesson each day at one of your meals. Dr. Gideon Stritch helps stressed or burned out professionals take back control of their lives and find fulfillment in their career and relationships, starting with the keystone habit of a single mindful breath. Ellie Zine helps people who want to influence others to first focus on connection with the keystone habit of a daily morning declaration to be more interested than interesting. Jessica Young helps underrepresented minorities in tech build confidence and advocate for themselves with the keystone habit of writing down 1 thing they did well each day. Congratulations again to our 10 newest certified habit coaches. Thank you so much for being with us today. This is absolutely my pleasure. I love reading your names and your keystone habits and your missions. I think you've got each of those covered. Congratulations again. Thank you all for being here.
And at this point, head over to the networking area.